today's video we are in Pamukkale in Turkey, and I have been here 8 times, which means that I know everything that you need to know. It's around 11 o'clock on the 2nd of June, and we're lucky that there's not that many people here. To get in, they wanted to see our HES code, and a ticket is 110 lira unless you have a museum card like we had, and therefore we could go in for free. When you get to the white part, you have to take your shoes off, otherwise you're not allowed to walk up. So the surface that you walk on here is carbon carbonate, and that one is hardened over time. It's generally not slippery. It's harder to walk on it when it's really wet, and of course easier when it's dry. Today it's really dry, and that changes almost every day. I know that a lot of people think that the water just comes by itself, but it is actually regulated by the people here to make sure that all areas of Pamukkale gets enough water, because if it gets too little water it will dry out and break, and if it gets too much water it will start to become green, which they also don't want. So a thing you have to be aware of when you come is that it's extremely bright, and that's why I'm not really taking off my sunglasses, because without them I cannot see anything at all. This is an extremely photographic area. It's also extremely nice to film in it, but you might be disappointed when you come here and realize that there's only a small part of the area where humans are actually allowed to walk, and the rest of it you can only look at. You're not allowed to go there. So most of the surface is covered in this like clay sand. That should be really good for your skin. People are like covering themselves in it. And once that I was here, I was like, I'm gonna fill up my plastic bottle with it and then bring it home so I can make like a home spa. When I got home, it smelled like 10 rotten eggs died in that bottle. So if you ever get the same idea as me, don't do it. So in the morning there's actually a few hot air balloons here, which means it's actually worth to get up when the sun is coming up, because that looks extremely pretty. And then during the day it's possible to paraglide over the area as well. There's actually 3 entrances into Pamukkale, and we took the one down from the street where we parked our car. And this is the entrance that fewest people use, because there's very little parking, and the tour buses normally go to the upper parking. That also meant that the first long part of the walk we had to ourselves, because the people coming from the upper entrance normally walk halfway down and then walk back up again. There's also a third entrance out at Hierapolis, which very few people use, and there's also quite a long walk from Hierapolis to here. And there's more to see than just this white part that is always on the postcards. There's the theatre, there's the Cleopatra pool, there's an archaeological museum, there's the Hierapolis, which was a very big city during the 1st century, and then there is of course the ordinal pools, which I'm gonna take you to now and explain you why they're closed. From this angle, Pamukkale becomes pretty clear, because now you can see the area where people are allowed to walk, and you can also see the original pools, the ones that is always on postcards. Since the 1990s, it has not been allowed to swim in the ordinal pools, because in the 1990s, around 20,000 people a day were coming here to swim, but they were covered in sunscreen and makeup and sweat, which started to break down the original pools and made them grey and green and not very pretty to watch at. So in 1992 they started a rescue of the ordinal pools, and that's why they're closed off today. An important thing to know is that Pamukkale came on the UNESCO list in 1988. To show you how much the water changed during the day, you can actually see the water behind me has now filled up, and here's how it looked at the beginning of the day.